And by the way, if you're interested in the Probe versus Azure matchup, go subscribe to Probe as well, just so he does a cosplay stream.
Yeah.
That goal.
Yeah, Probe does have a cosplay sub goal or donation goal or something. For those of you who aren't familiar with Probe, he did cosplay as Sailor Moon at Ozcraft, and he actually bought another cosplay recently as well, like another wig and stuff. It's he's repping the scene. Making us proud.
Yep. He is the player you think of when you think of maybe a few years ago you might have thought differently, or I guess if you're not thinking of professional player, maybe you'd think Pig or Maynard. Well, I mean, Maynard plays, but I think you know him more. You'd say more of caster. Pig. Well, I mean, Pig is also a caster, but he's also known for his streams and also his whatchamacallit. Look, Probe is the player you think of when you think of ANZ StarCraft. So, he's doing us proud, doing the cosplay,
repping the nation. Just. Yep.
All right. Well,
I don't know what to say.
How did we get so many PVZs today?
I don't know.
Actually, we've only literally had one.
Yeah, we've had more ZvZs. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's about even on the ZvZs and the whatchamacallits. But speaking of which, here we have it spawning in on Everdream LE. LE, of course, standing for Laotian Egg. Laotian Egg. Here we have it over in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is going to be a purple Protoss. Definitely one of the favorites, I would say, or at least somebody who you'd expect to go pretty far. It is representing Mindfreaks SC as well as the island of Australia. Everybody give it up for Pezz Dispenser.
What is a Laotian egg?
It's, it's like spiced with Laotian, it's Laotian style. I was trying to think of a food, but the only thing I could think of was egg.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the big cat himself representing Vietnam, as well as Far East Society Gaming. It is the best Zerg player in C, MeomaikA.
Eskrim. No, wait.
I'm gonna just finish, but there are links moving out across the map as
our links are moving out.
He did go pool first, and I don't think Pezz he didn't probe scout. Yo, he could get the pylon.
Yeah, he did not. He could get the pylon. Even with the chrono boost, it does not seem like that adept is gonna come out. Or
oh my god,
that'll be the only one. Pezz is pulling the boys.
Is it gonna come out? Is it gonna come out?
It does. And I think this might just be enough to hold here.
There we go.
There.
I was getting a little bit worried there that the game was just gonna end and the intro would have been longer than the game, but it looks like we will continue.
Nah.
Oh my god, it was close though. It was close.
You gotta believe it wasn't a stupid amount of links just yet.
Yeah. It was just a pull first, like
Team 6.
Yep. It wasn't all in or anything like that. The build is designed to maybe catch your opponent off guard, get a couple of worker kills, maybe kill the pylon, and just set the Protoss player behind a little bit. But Pezz was able to defend. If he didn't pull the probes, then that pylon probably would have gone down. So very well done by Pezz. as the game continues. And now,
Yeah, now he's turning the tables. He's moving across the map of his own adepts. Gonna be getting that Twilight Council behind that. MeomaikA is a bit more prepared here, but losing a decent number.
yeah, it's always
drones.
difficult. It's always difficult to defend against the first two adepts when you go for this build because link speed is delayed so much. So it is a little bit later, so you don't have that for defense. 4 workers did go down, which isn't ideal for MeomaikA. It's pretty good for Pezz.
That indeed it is. You know what else is good for Pezz? This map in conjunction with the Glaive to Depth build, as we do see that's what Pezz is going for. MeomaikA has a lot of links coming in here.
He needs
and
shield
one
battery.
adept,
He needs
I'm
a
not
wall.
convinced that it's going to be enough.
Okay, he's got a wall behind it. Yeah, he may need another wall behind that as well.
Maybe
okay.
I think that's I don't think that's enough lings. That's enough of a surface area denial that not all of those lings are able to fight.
Yeah, and this is what I love about MeomaikA. He what he's doing. He's just applying pressure. Like these are things that could just end the game and he could win, but he's not like committed or anything. Like he was droning up behind this the entire time. Like if Pezz was a lesser player and if he didn't wall up behind that adept, he could have just completely lost. Like it could have just ended then and there. But you know, MeomaikA, like he's like playing with knives right now. It's yeah. And he could just die to these adepts.
Nice. Yeah, he could.
All right, so we do have a roach warren on the way.
As well as a Nidus.
Yeah.
That's what MeomaikA was waiting for. That's why he was drawing up really hard. It's going to be all on these adepts from Pezz to be able to scout that, in addition to whatever damage that they're going to try to do.
He should be able to get into the natural, unless he goes right into the main. Oh,
I don't think he'll see it. I don't think. Oh, he goes for it.
Beautiful.
And now it's been scouted.
He's been scouted,
So far,
and this is a pretty good positioning from Pezz. Like he's trading pretty well.
I think that's really the story of Pezz throughout this game. Or, well, I apologize to Seal for using that word, but that's pretty much been what Pezz. I'm trying to think of another word, but I can't. Pezz has been positioning really well throughout this entire game. Both in defense, both in when he moved the adepts out, even earlier, making the absolute best use of that he could of MeomaikA's SimCity.
Yeah.
Now he's just gonna continue.
Yeah, it's been really well. There are a lot of lings, and Pezz should be getting ready for this. He did scout the Nidus, so it is something that should be in the back of his mind. Something that he has no idea of, and that, like, is surprising even me. There's a spire behind this as well. Like, MeomaikA, he's just throwing everything down, trying to make everything work. He may not even need the spire with this Nidus going down. We'll see how good Pezz's defense is.
I swear to God, Mio, if you go Ultralisk again, I will.
I forgot that happened. Oh my god, it could. It very much so could. I'm very surprised that Pezz only 1 shield battery so far. I thought he would have committed a little bit more to this defense, but to be fair, he may not need it. Like, yeah, nothing's coming.
I like what's going on from MeomaikA right now, as he was saying earlier. MeomaikA is not really going all the way. He did cancel the Roach Ward. He popped up Nidus, put out a single queen. Now he's just starting to creep. He is just
he's denying the third.
He put the creep tumors as close as possible to the Nidus. Pezz does not suspect that there are tumors there. But now Pezz is starting to move out, and this is gonna have to do damage because again, the third has been denied.
Yo, 7 mutas are on the way. Like, these mutas can completely blindside this, and they're only stalkers for anti-air. Like, it kind of depends
without
because
blink even.
Yeah, without blink, and oh my god. Okay, so stalkers do get warped in, so he does have a little bit more anti-air. So he should be okay for mutalist defense, but we'll see because this isn't an ideal army against lings.
That it isn't. We'll see how well Pezz can really utilize his force fields, if he'll even be able to. Ooh. Good use of the force fields there, going to be preventing a surround, but MeomaikA coming in with the flank. There are no Ravagers here, because again, MeomaikA did cancel that Roach Warren, so there's no way to easily get rid of these force fields.
Yeah, and utilizing Blink well there, Pezz does save a lot of his stalkers, and it looks like this push, it's staying strong. You know, he could continue and take out that third base, as a lot of things did go down.
And that was really the big moment that MeomaikA had to momentum. But he
has to be so careful.
That he does. There is only one force field left, but that sentry looks like it's going to die anyway. Yep, there we go. The Protoss army is out of force fields. And MeomaikA is coming in with everything he's got. Not a lot of anti-air, but Pezz is utilizing Blink on these Stalkers very, very well. I think Pezz might just have done it.
He has, yeah. A lot of it came down to the Warp Prism got the warp off on all of those units as well. The Warp Prism didn't get focused by the Mutalisks, and there it is.
GG. And there you have it. Pezz did not fall to the mind games. In fact, he kind of turned it around.
Yeah. GG.
Start thinking.
I just love how MeomaikA, he was doing all this stuff, like he was canceling his Roach Warren, he was throwing down the Spire, he was denying the third, he was like trying to be as crazy as possible. But Pezz, he just did what he did. He committed to his push, and it worked out for him. Yeah, I was a little bit worried just because there were a couple of moments where his Immortals and Sentries were exposed and the Lings came in to surround his army, but
Clutch fields.
Yeah, very much so.
That's what it was.
Also,
hey, Jet, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. That's the first month. How does Steel do it? Yeah. So it'd be first month. So it'd be one quack. So yeah. It's not anniversary. It's okay. Right, you ready, Light?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it on 2. No, wait, on 3.
What?
Maybe on 2 might be better. No, because I thought on 3 would take too long, so I said on 2, but then I realized no, that would be too short. Let's do on 3. It's a bit safer. All right, you ready, Light? 1, 2, whack!
Quack.
I was being sick. It was gonna be really loud.
I was distracted because I was starting the game because the players were waiting. But thank you so much for the sub, Jet. You will be enjoying some replays, and also you do get a duck emote, which is amazing, by the way. Thank you so much.
That it is, and you know what else is amazing, Light?
Do tell.
Simulacrum! Yara fiddle the LE by the C 2 for 3, you with me, buddy. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is gonna be our purple Protoss all the way in the land down under. He is, I would say, number 2 Protoss in the A. Well, I mean, Just Assignment is looking pretty good, but that's like, more if you see it as Oceania. But, well, since this tournament is technically Open Cup OCE, I guess you could. All right, well, he's up there, this player. He's definitely in the top echelon of OCE Protoss players, and definitely in the top echelon of Australian players in general. He represents Mind Freaks SC, all the way from the land of Australia. Everybody cheer for Pezz Spencer.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, this time going for more of an economic opener, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the cat himself, representing Far East Society Gaming. It is MeomaikA.
And we can see Light out here with his clipboard or his notepad. He's got a pen.
Mm-hmm.
He's scribbling down them notes.
Right, so
everything.
So
everything.
First you flood Lings, and then you throw down a Nidus and a Roach Warren, then you cancel the Roach Warren, you throw down a Spire, you throw down some creep, you deny the third, you get a bunch of mutas out, and you GG. That's that's what I've learned so far.
That's a power move. Is that Nexus off center?
It does look off center. I think it is. There was a worker from MeomaikA being annoying there.
Oh, that might have been it.
Is it? It's so difficult because sometimes the marker isn't actually the center, and sometimes it is the center. Like, nah, it's off center, right? That's way too far.
That it is.
Oof.
I think in recent years the marker has generally been pretty on point with being on center. It pissed off the OCD people too much.
Yo, like a year ago, 2 years ago, it was awful.
It was. And what was even worse is that on one spawn it was on center, and then the other spawn it was off center, or at least it looked that way because of how the angles work. That was pretty annoying.
It was, definitely was. Thankfully the map makers, they've gone more on point.
Yeah, they have. But speaking of annoying, Stargate units can definitely be very annoying from a Zerg perspective. That's taking a little bit of a page out of Probe's book here.
Yeah, going for that more standard Stargate opener. It does immediately get scouted by MeomaikA, and unlike Chappie, he is going for those spores at home as opposed to more Mass Queen style, which I do quite like. You know, it's a little bit more standard, a little bit more I guess macro focused, as he's not going to be going for this big Queen push. Oh,
that's a second Stargate coming out, but that's a Nidus.
There it is. I was like,
this is gonna be interesting.
There's a lair on the way. What's the lair for? It's for a Nidus, and I love it. It's a little bit difficult though because. Go on.
I was just gonna ask you, like, as a Zerg player, how does that dynamic work there with this double Stargate coming out from Pezz?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's some salt there on the ground as well. Oh my god. I'm just a little bit worried for Mio because of this Stargate opener, the Phoenix is clearing up all the overlords, so the kind of angles that MeomaikA can throw the Nidus down is limited, but there it is.
It's coming. But will it be enough to break this? There's not a lot here from Pezz that can really effectively deal with Lings. I believe he got one Oracle. Yep, he only got one Oracle, and it's mostly just Phoenixes out of that, and just a handful of Adepts. This can definitely be worrisome. So Pezz is going to have to... It is very, very late, but the wall is holding strong. Oh, I like this. Pezz moving his Adept back so that it doesn't get targeted down by the Queens, in addition to being attacked by the Lings.
Yeah, nice micros so far. More and more shield barriers are going down, which is crucial to this. The throw did get denied by Pezz, and behind this there is a Hydralisk Den on the way, so there is kind of a plan B. But these Phoenixes are doing pretty well so far.
Too late. Yeah, that they are. They are just massacring these Queens one by one.
Oh yeah, and the shield barriers as well.
For MeomaikA, that's what he really needs to keep alive.
Yeah, and I think MeomaikA, he needs to turn back. I think he should realize that Pezz is held.
There we go. Turns around. But he's still gonna hemorrhage a ton of Lings here to just deplete shield battery energy, I guess. What is that?
Yeah, they have to do.
That's a spore.
That is a spore. It's amazing. What a big brain. He's got a spore on the way. It's a little bit late though. It would have been nice to defend the Queens earlier.
He should just send all of his drones to Red Nidus now, honestly. He's got a nice creep spread. Link, Spine Force incoming.
Yeah. And, like, again, this is what I love. Like, MeomaikA, he's on 3 bases, he's ahead in workers, and before the push happened, he started a Hydralisk Den. So he does have that transition that he's going into. Like, he had a plan B if he didn't kill Pezz, and that's kind of what he's all about. Whether or not it works, though, we'll see as these Phoenixes are getting a lot of damage done.
Indeed they are, and there's just not enough anti-air here to really defend against those. And on top of that, the anti-air units, the Hydras and Queens, they were split. They were easy to pick off one by one. MeomaikA is still making spores in the front line, by the way. Or he's making something in the front lines. No, it doesn't creep tumors. I'm blind. Yeah. I'm blind.
He is spreading creep, and the Queen gets picked off as well. You know, he is being annoying though, and he is denying or delaying Pezz's third base if he wishes to go for one. He may be forced to go for the southern base instead just because of all the creep. Ooh, nice surround here. Is able to pick off a couple of adepts as well. MeomaikA just trying to find as much damage as he can.
Yeah, take a couple of incremental victories and hope that adds up to the big victory.
Yeah, yeah.
The case right now, Pezz is just doubling down on his Stargate army. MeomaikA trying to go Hydras? Please. Phoenix is where it's at.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried for MeomaikA because as you're saying, like Pezz, he's going for all these Phoenixes, he's going for Glaives as well. Adepts trade so well against light units, especially with that upgrade. So pure Ling Hydra could have some trouble. We'll see. So far, no banelings from MeomaikA.
I mean, I do have to wonder the effectiveness of banelings in this scenario, but I guess it could help if they can connect with the adepts.
Yeah. And it does look like there are enough Hydralisks here to push away the adepts for now.
Especially when they were in the concave.
Yeah, yeah. And Pezz, he did spot the fourth base. He hasn't tried denying it yet. He hasn't tried applying pressure there so far. He's just trying to do what he can with what he has here in the middle of the map. No third base either. This is a little bit worrying for Pezz.
Is he just gonna go all in Phoenix Adept?
I'm trying to figure it out because there's nothing in production at all for Pezz.
Huh. I think he's still deciding.
Maybe because he's not supply blocked either. That's why I'm trying to think. Like, what's he doing? Like, okay.
Well, he is going into his depths. There we go. A warp in of 8 more adepts coming in on the main base. And be bypassing all of these spore crawlers. The Phoenixes are in. They are starting to get targeted by the spores that did not die, but they are slowly wiping out the Hydra count. But these are way too many casualties for Pezz to really sustain.
Yeah, he trades well. He almost kills all the Hydralisks, but there are so many queens here for defense as well. Like, these adepts, they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Shay goes in, Shay goes out. Pezz just lost his army there for not really that much of an economic advantage. Well, okay, he's killed 20 drones so far.
I mean, so far, he still has a bunch of adepts, and he can still deal a little bit more damage. What's worrying, though, is there's no third behind this. Like, Pezz, he's still on 2 bases.
That it is a... I don't know, I think Pezz may be playing it as a somewhat all-in, but also kind of not.
This is as all-in as you can get, I feel like 2 base, Glaive adepts. He lost all of his Stargate units. I feel like this is his last stand right now, as there is no third base. There's no workers as well. I think MeomaikA has done it.
That he has. GG is called. And we are going into our ace match here. Wow,
GG.
I worried for MeomaikA for a sec.
Yeah, it was looking kind of worrying. But MeomaikA, he was looking so good, and it was all because, or I feel like it partially because of all that creep that was just stopping a third base from going down if Pezz wanted it. Like, there was no robo, he had no detection. Like, there was no plan to, or he would have had to invest so much to try and take his third.
He would have, or I mean, he could have taken the 7th third, which isn't too bad for whatchamacallit. But isn't too bad for defense. That's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, I think once the creep went in, he just decided, all right, now or never.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Daunted, for the resub. And I think as it seems like someone has redeemed the Kuro please reward. I think Kuro is gonna jump in for this last series, for this last game.
Ooh, sounds pretty good. I saw him
something. Kuro, do you? Yeah, you can observe. You can rest your voice for a little bit.
I can drink water. I can mute my mic and eat.
Can.
Hello.
We'll see how long this game lasts.
Hola.
I hope I'm actually
Welcome,
here,
Kuro.
but yes, welcome. Okay. Before this game begins, 5-minute roach all in. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Make it true.
She's calling it now. We'll see how this goes.
That's what happened last time.
For people who are listening, as I don't think Kuro has casted an ESL Dare Cup before, there may be a bunch of people who are unfamiliar with your voice. Kuro, who are you?
Who am I? I mean, I'm also known as the StarCraft info fairy, apparently. And yeah, I'm mostly to that. I'm generally the observer, not really the caster. And yeah.
I just remembered I don't have casting tool, but I mean, yeah, you can just press the button.
I'm gonna do it, don't worry, Echo. But yeah, I'm generally an observer. I also work on a lot of projects. I work on CranKy Ducklings stuff. I work on StarCraft eSport. I work on Juke now. So yeah, check out my projects. Check out my Discord.
But before you do that, Kuro, I believe you have someone to introduce.
Oh, I'm doing intros too. Okay. Well, do I remember the teams? Okay, in the bottom right corner, spawning, in the bottom right corner, in purple, we have the Protoss player, representing Mind Freaks and Australia. It is Pezz.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have a player who has not yet thrown down a pool, which is a little bit surprising. I would have expected him to be a little bit more, or gas. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player representing Far East Society Gaming, proxy hatching. It is MeomaikA.
Did I mention that I love proxy hatches? Those are my favorite.
Yeah, for people who have been watching us for a couple of years, we know that Kuro always loved when Blisk would proxy hatch back in the day.
And then Papa Panda.
Papa Panda after him, of course.
And then Chase last week. Did you watch the proxy hatch from Chase? I mean, come on.
Who didn't see the proxy hatch from Chase? But the reason why I pointed out that MeomaikA had no pool was because, like, it was a weird timing where nothing was thrown down. I was kind of checking the minimap to see if he had proxy to hatch somewhere, and then he threw it down here in the natural. We'll see what he's able to do with it. Is he gonna... Oh. Nice. Nope. It looked like the Zealot dove in straight away to stop the Evo from coming down.
Yeah. The drone is not done, though. It's gonna try to cause more trouble.
I was gonna steal the gas, but
too slow. Meo,
too slow.
Meo, you have to train more. This is the real pro strat.
But yeah, like it looks like the proxy hatch, it was just to delay the natural, you know, it wasn't for this big all-in. He didn't have a roach horn behind it to make roaches or lings or anything like that. You know, he was just throwing like a wrench in the works, a hammer in the works, and like disrupting Pezz's build.
Looks like fairly similar build with Stargate opening as well, and the adepts.
Yeah, of course. Just like in, I think it was in game number 1, we do have adepts out already. Link speed isn't done quite yet for MeomaikA, so he will have to try and defend with slow links as best he can against these adepts, and we'll see how we kind of transition from here. Like, MeomaikA, he took a pretty aggressive third.
That he did. But I noticed, I think MeomaikA likes that front third. He tends to take that one.
I mean, you know, he took the aggressive third. He is a pretty aggressive player.
He is. Also, he never scouted the Stargate, but he already got some spores done. So look at that, Chappy.
I mean, I don't want to give Chappy too much for not throwing down spores. Like, he went for his own style. True. But yeah, MeomaikA being pretty safe, already working on those spores, being annoying here, forcing the Oracle to use energy as well. Quite nice.
Is it just me, or does this pylon look a bit dangerous in the wall? I don't know.
I mean, it is a weak part in the wall for sure. We haven't seen MeomaikA go for like a Bane bust, so maybe he goes for it. I don't know. It's possible.
I don't think so. It's a bit late, but then it's MeomaikA, so.
Yo, anything's possible. It doesn't matter how late it is. We do have a lair on the way with 1 gas, so we may see a Nidus again.
We may. And
There
it
it is.
is.
That's the tell. You've got an early Nidus. You have a minimal gas. I mean, sorry, early lair, minimal gas. It's typically a Nidus, and we'll see.
He's making a lot of links, so it looks like a link queen Nidus, I guess. Yeah, there's a bunch of queens.
Bunch of queens, bunch of lings. Where will he be able to throw the Nidus down, though? He doesn't have any vision of the main base just yet, so he may try and go in there.
just taking the third.
Yeah, he is taking a third base, but I don't know if that matters because in the natural, and Pezz has vision of it.
Yeah, right in the vision of the Phoenix. The Phoenix is shooting, and it's like, yep, don't care. Really not.
Oh, shield batters are being thrown down as well, but they're a little bit late, and it looks like the Zealot is going to go down in the front of the wall. Meanwhile, the Queens, they get into the natural as well. Oh my god, MeomaikA, he may finally...
Too.
Yeah, he cancels the third base, which is probably a good move. More shield batteries are being thrown down by Pezz as well. And Pezz, if the shield batteries finish up, maybe he can hold... there's so many queens, though.
That they are. The Immortal is coming out, so that's gonna help, but is that enough? Is that enough?
It could be, because there aren't very many lings at all here, so with the Immortal, he could begin to chew through all these queens, but more lings are flooding through as well. The shield batteries are running out of energy. The Immortal gets surrounded as well. I think MeomaikA, I think he's done it. I think he's finally been able to make it work.
Yeah, the queens are still standing strong, the Immortal is down, and the Stalkers are holding the ground. But for how long?
Exactly. What are they holding the ground from? The queens are already in the natural. The Immortal has gone down. It looks like maybe the second Immortal... Yeah, it will finish up. So maybe Pezz doesn't die here. Maybe he can push this back. I think he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
He can do it. He can do it.
There's a drone for the Spore. It's ready. It's like, nope. Take me back.
All right, Kuro. What does Pezz have to do?
Attack.
He needs to attack. He needs to do something. He needs to make sure he plugs up that hole and doesn't die to lings first. But behind this, we do have Hydralisk already being made. Hydra Den was thrown down earlier as a transition from MeomaikA. MeomaikA, he's double expanding behind this as well. Jesus Christ.
I mean, why not? Like, you're not gonna be bothered for a while now.
Oh my god.
Like, as much as Pezz wants to attack, like, he doesn't have the units to do that right now.
Exactly. You're in a really hard position, especially because you don't have a War Prism either. Like, Pezz, you have to focus on those Immortals. Yeah, he gets a queen.
The Hydra's chasing the Oracles. They almost made it. Almost.
But yeah, it does look like Pezz, he's getting ready for a big 2-base all-in. He's throwing down more and more gateways as well. I imagine he should have a War Prism on the way soon so he can reinforce his army. He's getting all these... He has a lot of sentries, so he has a lot of force field potential. Depending on the angle, maybe he can do something, but MeomaikA, he's getting ready. He's throwing down spines at the third base. Like, he's got lings, he's got hydras. He's trying to prepare as best he can. It's going to be a tough ask for Pezz.
And Oracle, one of the Oracles goes down. The other one survives. That's because the range on Hydras is not done yet. That's why. It's the only reason why. But yeah, the links are coming. Like, can he snipe some sentries or maybe a few Immortals?
Yeah, it's all about the force fields. Oh my god. Pezz, please. Just be so careful not to get surrounded. Ooh, nice so far. He's able to shave off a lot of lings.
But at the same time, this was just a distraction.
And I think we're going to end up in kind of a base trade S scenario. I mean, you know, recall is always available, so Pezz can always come home.
But every time you recall, you're also like vulnerable for quite a while, and I tend to see the Protoss not going so well with the recall during a fight.
We'll see. The force fields are pretty good so far, and the Hydralisks, they're not really getting as much like damage as they would like. Oh, the Warprism went down. Yeah, I think that's it.
GG! Yeah!
GG! MeomaikA advances to the finals.
Yes, he does. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, apparently, still told me I have to do quacks for Daunted. Okay, wait for it.
How many quacks is that?
I think 25, but let me scroll up. 25! Okay. Wait for it. Yaku, do you want to join in on that?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Quack.
Multiple 3. Quack!
Quack.
Quack.
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 Quack!
Quack. What are we up to?
We're
18.
at 17.
Quack.
18, yeah.
Quack!
Quack.
Quack.
Quack!
Quack.
And the last one, quack.
Beautiful.
Hope you
Sick.
enjoyed that. Hope Kerwin got the value out of his 16,000 points. And now I'm gonna go back to observing. Bye.
Hey, the reversal of roles.
Thank you for joining the cast, Kuro. And yeah, shout out to Kuro. You know, if people are unawares, she does observe and normally handle production here on the CranKy Ducklings. She also makes all the graphics and overlays as well.
I am nodding along in confirmation there. We did, and I think, well, I think all of us here on the production desk, but Kuro especially, is just really happy that the intro graphics were approved. And that we actually get to use them today.